Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, one of the better safeties in the NFL, Jamal Adams, who the New York Jets has demanded a trade. I guess some promises was broken. He was told that he was going to get a new contract, and I guess they haven't, gave him an offer that he likes or gave him an offer at all. Let's talk a little bit about that situation. Let's talk about where's the best fit for Jamal Adams. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And I like Jamal Adams. He kind of get a bad rap. Some people think he a bad apple. But when you're in a bad situation, on a bad team, you want to win. You trying to be a leader and you trying to get the most out of the organization. Some people mistake leadership for, basically having a flawed personality. It's not. Some people think leaders are, leadership qualities are bad personalities, but riding apples on the team. But no, though. I mean, some people just, really want to win bad. And in the right situation, they could really flourish. They need an organization that want to win just as much as they want to win. In a lot of situations, I think Terrell Owens got a bad rap. Jamal Adams, another dude who got a bad rap. And there's been a lot of dudes in certain situations. Randy Moss was another guy that had a bad rap. And he went to New England and he took off from the Raiders. So you have certain situations where certain guys, get pointed out as not being, this church-going guy and doing what the program says do because they feel that the program is flawed. New York is flawed. Adam Gase ain't no good head coach. Period. He not a good head coach. Sam Darnold ain't no good football player. He suck. Garbage. So when you look at the situation, he want his money to stay in the bad situation, and they don't want to give you your money to stay in the bad situation. Well, let me go. And I don't see the Jets getting no better with Sam Darnold at quarterback. And that's my opinion. I was happy when he came back and they beat the Dallas Cowboys last year. I mean, who unhappy to see the Coon Boys lose? You feel what I'm saying? But I think he wanted the better safeties. He can give it to you all. He can play the nickel. He can play the safety. He could play. He probably give you a little bit on, if you had injury issues, he probably can give you some cornerback play on the outside. He can play in the box. He can play the deep half. He can rob. He can spot. He can do everything you want him to do. But he's an acquired taste. Like I said before, he wants to win. He came from a winning program for the most part in LSU. He probably won in high school. He probably won in Pop Warner, Pal, whatever it was. So when you put him in a situation where there's no progression, it's just regression with a franchise like the Jets, it's not going to fit. So any team that want him that's historically has been losers or recently been losers, you're probably looking at the Raiders won't be a fit. You're probably looking at the Bengals won't be a fit. You're looking at the Jaguars won't be a fit. The Dolphins right now may not be a fit. It seems like they're on the up and up, but you never know until you know. Maybe not the Chargers. I mean, you just go through bad teams. Maybe not the Giants, the Redskins, the Lions. The Bears don't have enough money. So you can eliminate teams that's just not going to be in contention for him. He want to win now. So when you look at the teams that might be the best fit for what he does well, I think he can do anything well. So that makes all 32 teams available for him. But the problem is he want to be part of a winning team. So you look at a team like Cleveland. Do you believe that Cleveland turned the corner? Do Cleveland got the money to sign him? Or do they got the assets to sign him? What is it going to take to pry Jamal Adams away from the New York Jets? They probably going to want a 1 and a 3. You know what I'm saying? They might sit out there and try to get 2 1s, whatever they got from Mika Fitzpatrick. I know it was a first from the Steelers got. So, they might get a 1 and a 3, in the next year 2, or the year after next year 2. So it depends. And right now, it ain't too many teams that got a lot of cap room, especially winning teams. So wherever he go, he going to need a new contract. So you look at Cleveland, and does he really want to be part of Cleveland? Will Cleveland ever turn the corner? People had their suspicions about Baker Mayfield. Cam Newton's still out there. Who knows? So, Cleveland might be a spot. They have money to give Jadeveon Clowney. So I'm pretty sure they probably got money to give Adams a new contract. They can restructure it where the first year hit won't be that mad. So you instantly look at Cleveland. You look at the Ravens. They got safety with Earl Thomas, and they strapped for cash as well, I believe. Steelers just traded for Minka Fitzpatrick, so you say no to them. You look at the AFC South. It's only like 2 teams there. I think Houston would be a good fit for him, but the way Bill O'Brien run his franchise, I don't think him and Jamal Adams is going to get together. If he clashed with a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, I just think systematically that may not. Just camaraderie between him and the coach, that might not be a good fit. The Titans, him and was it Gilliard or whatever his name is, the other safety, that'd be a good fit. But they, I don't know if they would want Jamal Adams, but he would instantly upgrade the Titans defense. Him, Adoree Jackson, the Binyard guy, the safety they got, and the front seven they got. I think Titans is a place to look. Not sure what their money looking like. They just paid Tannehill and just franchise tag Derrick Henry. You go to the AFC East, you probably will only look at Buffalo. And would they trade, him in the conference? I'd probably say no. So let's move on. Kansas City, they was only had like $1 left in cap space during free agency. They don't have the cap. The Raiders, I don't know if him and John Gruden would be a fit. I don't know if the Raiders really turning the corner like people think they are. Carr, Marcus Mariota, I'm just not sold on either one of them at this point. So you look at the Chargers, some questions at quarterback until, a kid from Oregon, Herbert, get it together. So that could work. Him and Derwin James in the back end. But historically, they've been a cheap franchise. It was talks about them trade nickelback Desmond King. He from Detroit. Salute to him. So, really, Denver, they spent a lot of assets in free agency. Kareem Jackson I think he got the COVID-19. So, Denver, I would say out of the AFC, Houston, Denver, and Cleveland might be the ideal situations for him. You go to the NFC, Arizona, they trying to do big things. Arizona, they lost Tyrann Mathieu. Not too long ago, they still got Patrick Peterson, who he's trying to get out of there. They might be turning the corner. So Jamal Adams might fit in Arizona, what they doing, Chandler Jones. Arizona probably go from worst to first if they was able to get Jamal Adams, and everything kind of progresses with Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray, who was the offensive rookie of the year, I believe. Seattle, they kind of been cheap. They traded for Quadre Diggs, so I can't imagine them putting Quadre Diggs and Jamal Adams in their secondary, but they just kind of been cheap, so I wouldn't really imagine that. The Rams, they really strapped for cash, and it's another team in that division. Seattle, the 49ers, they kind of strapped for cash. They had to trade big fella to the Colts, so I'm not sure they had destination. Cowboys is always interesting. Jerry Jones is one of the great risk takers in the NFL. He don't give a hell. He like to take risks. A lot of times they fail. Sometimes they work out. But one thing I admire about Jerry Jones as an owner and as a go-getter, he take risks. He ain't scared to try to risk it to win. I don't agree with a lot of other personal stances that he have and some of his bigotry that he have. But as far as taking risks as a football personnel guy, that might be a spot that he can go. I'm not sure if the Cowboys really want to mortgage the future because they lost Travis Frederick. And then they dealing with paying Dak. So how does it look to bring in another guy, pay Adams and still don't pay Dak? So, and plus they strap for cash as well, just play Lawrence. So I don't see it. The Eagles trying to rebuild their secondary. They strapped for cash. They didn't gave up some picks in recent history. So I don't see that being a fit. I don't see the Skins really being a fit. If it's just about the money, then yeah. We can just go back over this about the money. And the Giants, I don't see them turning the corner. I think he needs to be in a winning situation. Obviously, he wouldn't have to move if he went to the Giants. But then you go to the NFC South, I think the bank may be open for a couple of teams there. Carolina not going to win right now. And I don't think New Orleans got the money. So then we're looking at two teams. Tampa, they trying to make shift real quick and get some winners there. They back end could use some help. I don't know, not sure what their money looking like. But Adams will be a good fit for Tampa. They not trying to build in the long haul. They trying to build in the intermediate. You know what I'm saying? They trying to build now. So if they can snatch Jamal Adams right now, I think that Tampa is a really good fit for him and what they trying to do. They front end was top 5 in stopping the run last year. And the other team that I like is Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta in full rebuild mode. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of Bummo, Desmond Trufant, so they can go ahead and plug Adams back there. And I think they still got enough talent to kind of make a run. But, I don't think they're as close as Tampa is right now. I think Atlanta's kind of makeshift. But the only team in the NFC South, NFC North that I can't see contending for Adams is probably Chicago. They got Eddie Jackson, one of the best corners, and they bought in Tayshaun Gibson as well, too. But also they strapped for cash. You know what I'm saying? And they need all their assets right now because they may be looking for a quarterback next year if Trubisky and Nick Foles don't work out. But Minnesota, they got rid of Xavier Rhodes, then bring in Everson Griffin back. Harrison Smith and Jamal Adams will be dangerous together in the back end. So I can see Minnesota going for it. Green Bay, they really cheap. So, but I can see if they really want to help Rodgers out a little bit more, he can be in there with I think one of the best young rising safeties, Jair Alexander. I think you could plug Adams back in that secondary. And only thing really wrong with Green Bay is defensively they soft in the middle. They can't stop the run. The Lions, I just don't see them doing it. I'm a Lions fan. You can check my Lions channel out, my Detroit channel out, Motor City Sports Talk. I don't see them doing it. I just think they too far away, and they need their assets, especially their first round pick. They could be in the running for Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence next year. So the teams that I feel that could really use him is Houston. I can see Denver being in there. I can see Cleveland being in the running. I can see Arizona being in the running. Seattle may be in there. Dallas is always a wild card. They like to be go getters. Tampa, the Bucks, obviously. Atlanta might be a dark horse, and I think Minnesota and Green Bay are the teams I think he may land to. So, I think he's amazing talent, but I think it's imperative, as I wrap this up, it's imperative that he go into a winning culture and a winning situation, straight up and down. If he going for the money and you just signing him because the money, and you bring him in and y'all don't win, he going to be a bad apple. So any organization that's looking to go out there and to achieve and grab Jamal Adams, you better be committed to winning now or pretty close in the immediate future. So win-win. In my Young Jeezy voice, he needs to be on the winner now. If you're a franchise that ain't committed to winning, you're a franchise that ain't committed to consistently competing for playoff spots and contending for a championship, Jamal Adams ain't for you. He might as well stay in the Jets. But also, you're going to have to pay up that money. But before somebody does trade for him, they will most definitely agree to a contract extension before they get there. So, hey, let me know where you think he may land. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. If you got a video request, hit me up on Twitter. If you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or you just want to chop it up in general, you got a question about YouTube or how things work, you can always reach out to me. I try to get back to you at my earliest convenience. I am a one-man stand show. So don't forget, check out the channel out, Motor City Sports Talk. While you at it, one time for the one time, it's your boy CJ Goodfellow, Goodfellow Sports TV. Let me know what you think Jamal Adams should go in the comment section as well, too. We gone.